Hey everyone, this is Louis7 and I will be streaming the Lord of the Rings Online. We're back with the beta for update 24, which will hopefully be released somewhat soon because they're on the third beta build for this. So in this one there have actually been a few changes. I think mainly to the virtue system, so we'll go over that. And because of the new stream setup they have here on YouTube, with YouTube gaming going away, I still have to get used to that, so it's taking me a couple seconds here to get started. And hey, Mr. Fluffy57 and Solary Antoine Ola, we'll roll with that for your name. Hopefully I didn't butcher it too much, but okay, now I am actually here in game. I'm in South Bree and I'm still using the 64-bit client, so that is one thing I want to pay attention to. I don't know how much exploring of Vales of Anduin I will do, but I will go back there at least, see if they've added anything new to like the towns or anything like that. But these are my graphics settings. You can't actually see that I'm on the 64-bit here. I should be able to show that. Yeah, so I will turn on display capture here. Okay, so here's everything. You all can see I'm on. I have 64-bit client checked here in the launcher, so that is what I'm using there. And the next thing I want to show are the patch notes. We can just jump straight into that, I guess. And hey, Rachel Horton. But yeah, today I was actually not planning on doing this, but just saw they put up the build a few hours ago, I guess. I actually just saw it a few minutes ago when I was preparing to stream. I thought I would check, and there actually was a build this week. There wasn't one last week, which I thought was kind of odd, but this is just the release notes for it. And we have update 24 with the Vales of Anduin, so we already know that from the past two tests I've done. We had the 64-bit client, and then the virtue system has had further updates to it, so we'll be looking at that. And the virtue update is you have a lot more things that reward virtue XP, which is really good. Deeds also reward even more XP. I think it was 1,000 before, now it's up to 2,000. And then it looks like ones that used to reward 2 virtue ranks now award 4,000 virtue XP, so that's a lot. I don't know if that's equivalent to 2 ranks now. I've heard it's actually like 1,200 or 1,300, but I don't know if anything with that has changed. And then it looks like a lot of festival type quests actually give virtue XP. So that's kind of interesting, like the anniversary, and then you can, of course, get XP in the Isengard Tavern. On top of that, they do have some in-game content that gives virtue XP. There's the feature challenge quest and the Vales of Anduin in-game weekly quests offer virtue XP as an additional reward. So you can get virtue XP from in-game stuff, it sounds like, as well as some festivals, and then of course deeds. So I think adding more stuff is good. My initial thoughts on that is they could add even more stuff, but this is a step in the right direction. I think for low-level characters, they could have some sort of something to get those, and maybe that's what the festival's supposed to cover, because you can do that and get virtue XP, although that one's kind of odd that you'd have to run festivals to get virtue XP if you're like not at the level cap. That's why I feel like there could still be something else. I don't know, maybe they could have a weekly quest, kind of like endgame quest that low levels can do, just run an instance or something and get it. But yeah, we have 62 FPS, which is really high. I'm not used to having this much FPS here in Bree. This is just weird to me. My settings I might have turned down a little bit because I was actually playing in the update 23 region. Irid Mithrin, the Grey Mountains, and I think I turned my settings down, but I actually think, yeah, this saves the settings between the two different versions I'm running. So on live, I actually turned the settings down, but it's kept what I was running here, which I think is like very high or high with some stuff turned up, and the frill density very low because those were bothering me. But yeah, these are just my graphic settings. I have the high resolution textures installed. I actually had to reinstall those. Oh, we can turn that to very high, but yeah, those are, wait, I'm totally looking at the wrong stuff here. Yeah, the texture detail can actually turn up to very high because I have that installed. And I actually had to reinstall. But hey, Jenny, Ellen, and Solary, you have a question?
What can I do for you?
Yeah, the performance here is just so much better than live. I don't know if it's an effect, probably some effect that there aren't that many players here. But even when I was running, like if it's pretty inactive, not that busy here, if I'm running between these areas in Bree, I'd get a lot lower FPS. So that is nice to see how smooth it is just running through here. I do have a little bit of hitching still. I don't know if y'all saw that little bit of stuttering. So the best server for PvP I have heard is Arkenstone. Arkenstone is actually the server I play my high level characters, like this character, he's actually on Arkenstone. But I don't really participate in PvP in it, but from what I've heard, it's the most active, at least for PvP, if you're looking for active as in best, which I would think. So I do want to go to the Vales of Anduin zone, and then we can look at the virtue system a little bit more, if I find where that is. Oh, there we go, the third one. There might not actually be all that much for me to test today, because a lot of this stuff is, it looks like how you're rewarded virtue XP. I don't know how much they've actually changed with like this UI and what we can do here. One thing about that is I was actually planning on this being a shorter stream anyway, so this will probably be relatively short since I've already checked all this stuff out. Again, I just want to check back with this area, see if there's anything different, and continue to test a little bit of performance improvements they probably have with the update. So if I actually look at the RAM usage right now, particularly from the LOTRO client, that's one thing I've heard. It used to crash at like a specific memory amount. I don't remember if it was like 3.2 gigabytes. That sounds familiar for some reason. But yeah, I'm only at like 2 gigabytes right now, but I used to crash a lot on DirectX 11 on the 32-bit client, and I don't, or at least have not on the 64-bit client, which should be expected. They have some more stuff on the minimap. I still don't see... Oh, here is a vendor. We did not see any of the vendors before, so it's really nice to see them. Let me see, before I forget, see if they have these two guys here yet. They have them on the minimap, but they still don't actually have the NPCs here. I'm just curious what they have. I don't know if they're like featured instance, protector of the Vales, and protector of the Vales. I assume those are like some sort of barter rewards you can get, but we do have somebody else here to check that. So we have like return skills, it looks like. A lot of Holtvis ones, and then Bjorning Huss. I don't know where Bjorning Huss is. Is that... Yeah, I'd expect that to be over there. I've always thought it's kind of odd that they added in some regions that you could just get a return to skill if you're not a hunter or warden. It seems to remove a little bit of the specialty from them. That you can just get these even if you're not a warden or a hunter. And there's not that much difference. I think, yeah, it does have a 1 hour cooldown, which is a difference, but I don't know. I personally feel like every class shouldn't have access to these, actually. I feel like it should be kind of you set your map home here or something with that, but it can be nice to have extra, I guess, travel capacity. And hey, DeadX Reflection, I am doing pretty well today. Kind of started the stream late, so it'll be pretty short. We have a lot of recipes. I'm not too familiar with what stats are at level 120 compared to like the Arid Mithrin stuff. So it seems like if you can get these goal marks, which it actually, from my limited previewing, it seems like you can get them fairly easily. You can get some pretty nice relics to just start off. That would be a good thing for me to catch up on some of my characters, just be able to get these pretty easily, get a lot of like tactical mitigation here, resistance, finesse, agility. I don't know if these are particularly, these are runes, okay. You also have the runes here that increase damage, which would be a lot better. I think the base combat damage modifier and the tactical damage rating ones would be really nice. Then they have a lot more, I guess, specialty type ones with crit defense. The main stat ones seem like they'd be pretty useless. I don't know if those would ever be used. And then they have just pieces of gear for these marks. This seems like it could be a decent update as far as gearing goes if they keep it like this. You just, like, barter for your gear for these gold marks. I don't know. I assume they'll have dailies or something to get the gold marks at endgame, and you get some while just questing through it. So that actually looks promising to me. I didn't really expect that too much. I don't know how this gear compares to other 120 pieces, though, as far as, like, its overall usefulness, but just to get some sort of something to start. And then if it is even better on top of that, that's pretty nice to see. At least from my perspective, it is. Kind of weird that outgoing healing. I'm just looking at kind of the itemization of some of these particular pieces and the tactical mastery and the outgoing healing on a lot of pieces. It seems like, oh, I thought I saw a lot more with outgoing healing. Maybe not. So yeah, maybe those are just particularly healing. I did want to see what they look like. See if there's anything. Can I not see what they look like? Oh, I'm hitting the wrong key. That would be why. I'm not sure, gear in this region might not look that great, like, to me. But it could be decent like that. I just don't know. That hat doesn't look too good. I could see kind of just the appeal, the general appeal of this look. It actually looks like it fits the region, so that's like definitely not bad. This looks like it'll look the exact same. I don't know, they might update like the cosmetics of some of these if two of the sets look the exact same. Might be just kind of a work in progress type thing. I'm not seeing any leggings. There's some leggings to match those. I wish you could dye them. I don't know if that is something they plan to implement, but that would be nice if you could dye them. Oh, you do have to get reputation. I just like looked at the filter by profile and getting reputation that popped up. That sounds like it'd be a pretty bad reputation grind actually, and be more of a grind for reputation than the gold marks. I don't know how much I would prefer that. They could drop the reputation requirement, maybe increase the reputation requirement of some other things like the recipes, and drop the requirements of the armor pieces. I don't know. I just personally wouldn't want to spend too much time grinding reputation. I don't know what that will look like though, but just one of my initial thoughts on that. Spotted pig. That could be neat. I probably want to actually use that Crown of the Great Goblin. Probably want to use that. Actually, my character already looks like a goblin with the elf update. I think elves look a lot more like goblins now. So he really looks like a goblin with that. That was one issue when they first did the avatar update. My characters, and particularly this character, just really looked like a goblin, and it kept bothering me. They have some regular vendors here. We've only been going like 12 minutes. I feel like I haven't looked at the actual virtue stuff, but that all looks the same. But I feel like I looked at pretty much everything I wanted, and we have not been going that long. I can just like generally check out everything. I'll look at the stats of all this stuff. I can go to Isengard Tavern. That would probably be good. Actually check out some of the stuff that's going on here. So to go to Isengard Tavern, we need to go to Bree, I believe. I think I can get here from Rivendell pretty easily. So Isengard Tavern will have, I think, a lot of the stuff to rank up my virtues, and I can check that out what it looks like. I could probably also get that from the LOTRO store, so the LOTRO store, if I spend any points on the beta here, it won't actually take my LOTRO points away. So if I open that... Oops. I need the store to open. I don't know if this is... I need that to open in an external, yeah, an external window. Okay, so for some reason I only have 5,395 points. I think I have a lot more points on live. I don't know why I would have fewer points on this one than live, but that's the way it is. Yeah, they have like a modest virtue pack. I wonder what that gives. I just got the Middle Earth's Essential pack. You'll see that I got that. I wanna know what it does for the virtue. Gives me modest. Contains 5 times 5,000 virtue XP. Oh, I don't have enough room. Well, we can destroy stuff. Do not care about deleting stuff on the beta. We'll delete everything in my way. Actually, should probably just go to a vendor. It'd be a lot quicker to sell, but we can head towards Isengard Tavern. I need to go to... Yeah, I can't go there from here. Need to go to Thorin's Hall, that area. Mythal Flakes. Don't know why I have those, but I do. Probably, actually, Mythal Flakes, those are from Moria? I don't know if you can get those elsewhere. I think you can, actually. But yeah, it's been a while since I've actually done enough testing to where I have wanted to go to Isengard Tavern. Just because LOTRO in-game recently hasn't interested me too much, but this region's... It's keeping me occupied so far, at least in the beta. So we do want to sell. We'll just go ahead and sell all that stuff. I cleaned out my inventory a lot. I have no idea what everything I sold, so I have premium housing writs, not interested in those. I just want to open the virtue. Yeah, the virtue pack. So it gives 5,000 virtue XP tokens, and this would be the one that I am working on. So I just want to work on the one I probably have highest rank to start off, something like Charity. I know they have a lot more offensive statted items, which would actually probably help this character. So if I look at this character's stats, this stuff doesn't matter too much for the beta, but if I was just like building for later, actually previewing what I might do with this character, I would probably work towards physical and tactical mitigation because that stuff is really bad and I am squishy. So anything that increases stuff like that, so probably Innocence. I actually want to go ahead and equip, so we'll go ahead and unequip everything and see what I would actually want to equip and kind of build this out. So we have tactical mitigation there with tolerance. Wit would be a neat one because it has finesse and then also has the masteries and even critical rating. Loyalty is nice because it gives vitality and it will have armor value, which will increase the mitigation. Fidelity is really nice because it has vitality and then it has the mitigations. Actually, it has both mitigations. Discipline, do not want. Determination, don't want. Confidence. Compassion. Yeah, that one has physical mitigation. The resistance rating I'm actually less worried about right now. Honor could be neat. That has tactical mitigation. I wonder what the vitality to morale comparison is, though, between all of these. Where's the... There should be one more mitigation one. There should be a physical mitigation one. I might have hovered over it and just like totally missed it. Confidence, maybe? No. Honor? Now I'm just going in a random order until I find it. I do... Oh, Innocence. I had it on the earning, but I think I probably just clicked it and didn't actually equip it. So yeah, we have one more to go. Just based on the ranks I have right now, I would do Charity. As far as earning goes, I think Fidelity is a good one to earn. So we'll go ahead and click that. Earning. Maybe. There we go. Have to actually click the icon to make it as the one earning, apparently. Had no trouble with that before, but suddenly... Okay, so let's go ahead and do the 5,000 Virtue XP and see what happens. So I'm right here into level 7. We'll do 5,000 and see where it goes. So it went... I have no idea what the blue bar is. Oh, that's 200 Virtue XP needed for the next rank. Is the 11 like out of 60? It has to be. So that's the... There's a top blue bar that I have actually never seen before. I don't know if they just added it, but I might have just missed it in the previous updates because I didn't do anything to actually earn Virtue XP. But yeah, they actually have a bar now and it tells you 200 Virtue XP from levels. So if I spend 5,000, I got... What did I get? Like 4 or 5 levels? I think I got 5 levels. I should have paid attention. But now I'm 900 Virtue XP needed. And then I use it again. That time I did get 4 levels, but now I'm only 800 Virtue XP away. That one I got 4 levels again, and then 1,000 away. That one I only got 3 levels, but 100 away. So it does seem like it gets a bit slower at higher level just based on that. Couldn't tell if the exact number is putting 5,000 in at once, but we'll go to Thorin's Gate and... yeah, mess around with that a little bit more. I think that'll be helpful. Be nice if we could get the reputation and barter for some gear. I don't know if they have that stuff available here, but I'd just be interested in checking that stuff out and actually making one of my characters strong for once. So we have the Isengard Tavern here. This would be a good place to check performance where it's really populated. It's been a while since I've been here again. This guy has virtue, so that's 1.5 million virtue XP, is that right? Okay. It's not... yeah, I think that's 1.5 million, not like 1.5 thousand. Well. So it looks like the quest reward would be like 5,000 virtue XP, then it gives all those potions. Well, this will be fun. Let's go... Did I stop? Yeah, I think I unequipped that one, but let's go ahead and use the 1.5 million, see what happens with that. So that maxed basically everything out. Okay. That's really convenient. Now we can just use these and it'll probably be maxed, yeah. So we maxed everything. That is really convenient that they... I remember just some stuff in Isengard Tavern, you had to spam so many quests and things to get towards max rank. But that helps a lot. I can actually compare the numbers, something like Charity. Also get all the passive bonuses, so just looking at my morale, I got like 8k morale, which is pretty crazy. Virtues do seem strong right now. Seem like another LI type thing where you have to basically keep it up if you want to be viable. I don't know how I like really feel about that. I feel like it's good that they're viable, but they do seem quite grindy right now. That's just a big concern I have. That is quite a bit of mastery. I wouldn't want wisdom. There should be a tactical mastery one. Yeah, so if I want a tactical mastery, that'd be 10k mastery. Yeah, that's about 10% of what I have. If we look at the actual percent boost I would get. What was that? Honesty? That is almost, I think that was about 10% damage increase, which is quite a lot again. So if I compare Fortitude to Loyalty, it looks like Loyalty would actually give a bit more morale, and the armor value would be kind of nice. I don't know if there's another Vitality one. Let's see, I see Will. I don't know if there will be a second just raw Vitality one. Yeah, that was Loyalty. We already know that one has Vitality. Okay, so yeah, we'll just... I think Loyalty will be a bit better than Fortitude. Don't think I care too much about the resistance, but to look at my mitigations, how much that helped. Yeah, that gave a decent bit of mitigation. I don't think that was as impactful as maybe the damage ones actually, but as far as my character goes, that seems pretty solid from here. Let's see, LOTRO points and Mithril. Might as well do this one. I'll do tier 3. Oh, that was only 1,000. What's the other one? 500 LOTRO points? Okay. Seems like it would have been more, but that's not bad. We'll go ahead and get 1,000. This stuff is just really convenient. Might come in handy, might not. Yeah, there we go. 5,000 LOTRO points. Very easy. Would be nice if they had this little tavern on the live servers. Potion maker. All that type of stuff. That +5 hope. So all this type of stuff, okay. Essences. I have not kept up with essences that well. That much I know. He doesn't have anything. Armor vendor. This seems good. Box of socketed, so that's minimum level 44. Featured instance. I wonder what the featured instance. Let me just look at this, see what it looks like. So that, yeah, that's level 105 stuff. That's what I expected it to be. I'll go ahead and sell that back very easily. Apparently I can't destroy this stuff here. It's kind of fun for me to explore the Isengard Tavern here after a while and actually get like all these gear pieces that I've talked about. Oh, that's a headpiece. I was like, I'm not too familiar with that. That looked like a ring or pocket item or something. I don't know the level for all this stuff, so this just says greater raid runekeeper gear. That sounds like level 105 gear to me. Update 23. Okay, quest and early in-game will. Quest and early in-game. Walls End. I have no idea what like the Walls End set, Western Shore set. I have no idea what these sets are. It's nice that they have some of these labeled by U23. That would be nice if they had every set labeled by that. Agility jewelry, quest and early in-game. I don't know what they have as far as like raid gear, like Sifil. Let's just look at this, see what it has. Oh, so that does have a level 120 piece of gear. I don't know if that's particularly a level 120 set or if it's just that. I thought that said Sifil, but that's Spy Hill. They have a lot of different sets like that actually scale levels, and that might be one of those. I'm kind of guessing Guardian of the Watchwood. So this is light armor belonging to Guardian of the Watchwood. That'd be like the level 120 version. Much better armor than I have right now. Hey Marco, Arphilly, and can you reach level 60 without store points? That would be very difficult. You technically can, but it'd be a lot of grinding. And it would actually be easier if you grinded for store points in the first place. But yeah, it's going to be hard to get level 60 without buying anything in the game. To start off, you actually need an expansion, or an expansion is for the level ranges 50 to 60, which makes it a lot easier to quest in that expansion. On top of that, you have some quest packs between level 30 to 50, which you could subscribe for, but yeah, you'd have troubles basically, or a lot of grinding to get to 60. So I am interested, this quest in early in-game, I'm looking for late in-game. I want the best stuff. Let's just look at Supreme Raid Runekeeper gear, that sounds good. Yeah, this is level 105 stuff, which I expected. Hopefully I can sell it. Unfortunately, I can't sell it, so it'll take up my inventory space. But yeah, I expected level 105 stuff from that. That was a pretty fun level cap, and they actually had all this stuff nicely organized, it seems like, here. But we'll go for... get one row of that cleared up. There, now I just have like 4 rows for this, but... yeah, we have quest and early in-game will jewelry. Let's just look at this, see what it has. Okay, so this is jewelry, of course. I think that's what you can get from questing, if I had to guess. In-game, whatever barter vendors there are. Let's look at light armor. Yeah, so that's going to be a lot better than what I have. I can look for armor a little bit better. Oh, this is class specific. They have levels. Yeah, these don't go that high. Tier 11. What level's tier 11? I don't think it's that high. I feel like tier 11's pretty low level. Oh, tier 11's actually 115. Okay. I thought they might have been up to tier 12 or tier 13 by now. I've not kept track with that all that great. Oh, virtue level 60. I thought you meant like level 60, your character. So you can reach level 60 without any LOTRO points. And yeah, the dailies and festival quests, as Lear Chase said, you can get virtue XP from those on top of deeds. So it seems like you can get to level 60. I don't know how much of a grind it will be. That is something I'm very concerned about. That's why I'd like to see more ways, especially for lower levels, even though they can do festivals, lower levels can do festivals, but some sort of something other that's daily or weekly you could do. Oh, I didn't look at socketed light armor, but I also feel like that might not be something I want at this point. But I think that's a good start for gear, just to get this character settled a little bit. Again, I don't have much in particular else to do, I guess. Oh, we're replacing level 120 gear now with other level 120 gear. That one's actually quite a bit better. It's the same item level, but the one I have equipped is like a lot better, I think. Kind of the same with this one there, the same item level, but that one's just better stats. You do lose some will, but the main stats are so useless now, I don't care about that. I guess I'll go with outgoing healing rating 1 there. That one's actually a downgrade from my... I have a level 119 necklace apparently. I think my jewelry, I have some level 120 pieces, so those might not be too bad. Racial trait? I guess I only have one racial trait left. I don't know who else to talk to get this guy geared up. There's probably some legendary item type stuff. We'll go ahead and get, we'll get all these lockbox types things. I think this has a target dummy, this area. Oh, no, wait. This is Rohan? Did I just teleport to Rohan on accident? I think I did. I don't know if there's an easy way back, but we teleport to Rohan, so this is actually, this can be okay. We can do some quick testing here. So East Rohan is the one they added after Rise of Isengard. This place, I don't think Rohan looks as bad as Gondor. I think Gondor was some of the worst looking zones in the game. I still find these bushes annoying. They don't have those in places like North Downs. I actually did pay attention and look for these type of bushes that have been annoying me in all the newer zones and earlier areas, and I have not seen them. But they aren't too bad. This area isn't too bad. But it does give me some, I guess, a little bit more context of what zones have looked like. It's just been a long time since I've been in any area like this in Rohan. It's been basically since the Helm's Deep expansion that I have actually visited one of the Rohans. But yeah, I'm looking at the performance as well, actually riding on my worsted. That is one thing I was curious about. Still have a little bit of the stutters, like every few seconds or few steps it seemed like I'd have a little hitch in the gameplay, like one it had just right there while I was talking about that. Okay, so I think we are good to head somewhere. I don't know where I can get a map to, if I can conveniently travel anywhere in this game, but I'll just search map in the LOTRO store and see where we can go. I'd actually like one to Bree. That would be a pretty nice one to have. If I just search Bree, you know, they have like all these different ones. Okay, West Bree Town works. Try to get back to some sort of civilization. But yeah, we'll go into the new zone. Again, I probably won't do any questing, but I'll just see what pops up and check out a little bit more of that stuff. And as I've been mentioning, this is planned to be a shorter stream, so I'll probably go a little bit less than half an hour from now. That would be good timing for me. But yeah, I checked out basically everything I wanted to, and on top of that got to go to the Isengard Tavern and checked out some of the stuff they had. Got some starter gear, I guess, for level 120 characters. Oh, I have Doomfold. Yeah, I have not done Doomfold crafting on this character. He's still on a Norian. I haven't really felt interested in crafting in a while. They do have a crafting revamp. I kind of forgot about that. I'd expected an update 25 would be my guess with the Minas Morgul expansion pack, which I'm hopeful will be good. Emlad Morgul? That's gotta be somewhere in... I should set my milestone here. Just in case I go traveling like all these places. We'll set one here, and we'll set the other here. I don't think they share cooldowns. This is the only character I actually have 2 milestone skills, but it seems like they become a lot less useful over time. Where am I trying to go? I actually forgot. I want to go to... could actually go to the Scarhold, Jarnfast. Scarhold? We'll go to Scarhold. This would actually be something I can do. This is the update 23 region. I haven't spent all that much time here because of my lack of interest, I guess, in the content here. Like the idea of it, I was actually pretty interested in it to begin with, but yeah, I do plan to do some stuff on my warden here in the near future. So y'all should actually see me come back here. We actually have this guy we can talk to, because we just got 5,000 of these. Not that many, but we can see what's in the loot boxes. This would basically be if I got like a loot box. I don't know if I want essences or... Yeah, those are okay, those are all essences. Where's light armor? Am I just totally missing that? Yeah, let's just look at what this thing has. Oh yeah, that's going to be much better gear than what I have. I don't know if there's a particular piece I want. I think I actually want gloves, so we can look at the gloves here. That'd be a nice upgrade. Got a lot more morale. I feel like I'd be a lot more sturdy overall. Oh, actually I did. No, those are my old gloves. My legendary item is another thing. I got a lot of mithril coins, so I can just do that really easily. very easy. They make it very easy for you when you actually spend money on the game. I might even run out of mithril coins. I got a ton of mithril coins from that one turn in. And it looks like I'll actually run out here. But yeah, that's my LI. I don't know how much the increased tiers. It's 10% Wrath of Flame damage over time is pretty significant actually. I also think they've added new relics, I believe. It'd be a good thing. Well, they actually had some. They had runes specifically. I don't know if they have... how do I open this? I don't know if they have settings and gems, updated settings and gems, but they had runes specifically at the new vendors for the update here that we are supposedly checking out, but going back to the update 23 region for. Healer, not interested in them. So this is like the rewards here, Embers of Enchantment. Okay, so this looks like more of the in-game stuff. This is Anvil of Winterstith, the raid. Do they only have weapons? Oh, this guy, he's the rewards jewelry. I don't know if they have armor in there or if that's only drops. Again, not too familiar with it. The currency system is kind of annoying to me because it's all like tied into the loot boxes. And that is also a little bit of a reason. Like if the content was actually enjoyable to me and I was more interested in that. We want to go to, yeah, let's go to Hopeless. Let's go to the new region. But if the content was more interesting to me, I was just more interested in game in general, I probably could get past the loot boxes, but it is an annoying thing to me at this point.
You will help us face our foes, yes?
I don't really know if there's anything to work towards in this zone. You could get some better gear, I guess, if you're like working on the raid maybe, and help with that. But yeah, we have this gear we looked at towards the beginning. Just to look at the runes again, those would help my LIs if I had like 116 tactical damage rating. I think that's pretty significant. Yeah, that's fairly significant. I already have about that much I can upgrade. It's more like 90, but something like that would be very helpful to my damage, especially having it on both allies. Actually, it'd be like 330 or so with both of those, which would give a pretty significant DPS boost, I think. And I don't know compared to what else they have in-game how this gear again compares, but if I just go to kill a random mob here. Kind of curious, the wastes I felt like, I don't want to say like this, there's just nothing to do here, because there aren't any instances or anything like that to go with it. You do have the old stuff, but that stuff I think is pretty old by now. It's like January. A lot of people have been running like the Anvil of Winterstith and the raids or the instances. So yeah, it'd be mainly landscape content. I have no idea what buttons I'm pushing. I think, for some reason, I think another Runekeeper, I'm used to pressing 3 then 2 for some reason. That's kind of weird. But yeah, just randomly killing things with my new gear is a lot smoother than it was before when we were here testing before. And I still like the performance update. That is one thing I want to go actually back to the update 23 region to test, but just how high my FPS is here, and I'm also recording and streaming and using OBS, so that does actually lower my FPS a little bit. If I wasn't doing this, it'd probably be more consistently towards 62, which is what it's capped at now with VSync. So let's actually go back to Scarhold here, because in the update 23 region in the live now with the 32-bit client, I have some performance issues here. I just have low FPS basically. And that is one thing, just kind of going through the region I wanted to test. I'm actually getting some low FPS here. It's kind of in the 40s to 50s. If I get on my war steed, I don't know if there's a way to travel faster through this area. I don't know if they might have maps. I can search. If I search Arid Mithrin maybe, in the store. Yeah, they don't have anything. Oh, it might even be door folds. Yeah, I'm actually seeing no maps here. Thought there might be a map to travel somewhere faster, but just to test my FPS a little bit running through this kind of wooded area. It seems higher than the 32-bit client. I was actually thinking this wooded area had some nice landscape. It doesn't have some of the annoying stuff, and then it has like a ton of bushes, which can have been annoying me, but yeah, I don't know what happens when you go through this water, but did just want to check the FPS. I'm still getting a little bit low. I have the counter on the left if y'all can't see it. And killing mobs is definitely smoother with the higher level gear, which I also want to check out since we have the Isengard Tavern. But yeah, there is, just from what I've already checked out, if y'all have not seen that, I've done 2 other streams checking stuff out. I checked the virtue system a lot more in depth, I think, in the last stream. I checked that out quite a bit and went over that a lot. And then the other one, I also did Vales of Anduin in the last one. And the first one, I just checked out everything, which includes Vales of Anduin, the first revamp. And both of these I've actually done the 64-bit client. This one I've kind of focused on that towards the end here. Just checking performance specifically in the update 23 zone, which I'm familiar with. And we'll be actually testing again, comparing that in the coming weeks when I go back there on my warden to get ready for update 24 on her. But yeah, this has just been a really short stream, I guess, is why I am not used to ending them so quickly after starting them. But that is all I had planned. The virtue system, it looks promising, but I'm still worried about the grind associated with it because it does seem like these things are quite impactful at this point. The raw morale ones don't seem all that much, but you get all these passive boosts, which are pretty significant when they add up all the masteries with them, all the morale. A lot of them, I think, have quite a bit of morale. So yeah, there's just a lot you can get from that, and that's why I'm really concerned with the grind aspect of it. Don't know where I'm headed. I'm just like randomly running, so I'll go ahead and stop with that. But yeah, again, short stream. Checked out a lot of different of the new things with the update. I can go over, check back with the patch notes, make sure I didn't miss anything, so you all should be able to see them again. We looked at we didn't look at like all the specific notes here, so like the loot boxes, the armor and jewelry of the traveler, so those are loot box armor and jewelry for level 105 to 115 half-life brindle. They should have that. I don't again care too much about loot box stuff. Let's see, some Bjorning changes. You have Composure, Hearten, and Ferocious Roar will no longer be slowed by attack speed buffs. Wait, potentially slowed down by attack speed buffs. I assume it means like debuffs that lower your attack speed. It's kind of odd. I feel like everything should be slowed down by that. And then they've eliminated some accidental gender inconsistencies and skill animation speeds. That's good. I don't know what the inconsistencies were. I don't know why it keeps scrolling down as well. Shake for using wrong sound effects. A lot of just like general Bjorning updates with things that were kind of broken. So their skills have been updated to 3.5 meter range. Thought that was already done. I don't know how much of an effect that will have, what it was before. Pretty sure every class was supposed to have that updated actually. In the update, one of the recent like 23.5 or something like that. Hammer down correctly reflects the stun health threshold and adaptability buff. Not familiar with that one. It's no longer removed incorrectly by response chain skills. Only the base response skills remove this buff. Okay. Again, not sure with that. It's probably something in the blue line. And yeah, this is actually an issue I've had. The Loremaster Eagle pet sacrifice res ability, sometimes just randomly not working, so it says it should work more consistently. Nice for the pet. The pet overall isn't too useful, but that is kind of nice thing with it. So if that works more consistently, that's good. So yeah, covered back with the patch notes, so that's good. And that will be it for the stream, I suppose. Again, really short for me, but I hope you all did enjoy this. And if you did, please consider liking and subscribing for more. And thanks for watching and joining, everyone.